Hari Om. If you look at the tree behind, you will find there are many beehives on the tree. The honeybees, they work very hard. Every single day, they visit at least 50 to 200 flowers. And with their long stem, they collect the nectar from the flowers. That nectar mixes with enzymes in their bodies and it transforms into honey. And this honey is stored by them in the hives. And in this process, they also do a lot of pollination. So bees are very small, but they are very essential for the entire earth, including our own existence. They have pollen bags in their legs and they collect the pollen. Consciously, not unconsciously, they collect all the pollen, they pass it on from their one leg to the other and deposit it into their pollen bags. And these pollen bags are deposited in their hives as pollen cakes. So the pollen cakes and the honey are actually made by the bees as food for themselves and their babies. But what they need is very less. A lot of honey and the pollen cakes just remain there. And so we find that when they don't use it and when they don't give it to others, the hunter comes, smokes out the entire beehive, takes away all the honey. So a Subhashita says, Datavyam bhoktavyam sati vibhave sanchayona kartavyaha pashyeha madhukarinam sanchitamartham harantyanye. Which means when the wealth is available to us, it should be enjoyed, invested, or shared in charity. It should not be accumulated. And the example given is of the honeybees. The honeybees accumulate a lot of honey, and so the hunter comes and just takes away. All the hard work of the honeybee in the form of the beehive is cut by the hunter and it is taken away. In fact, J.R.D. Tata said very beautifully, money is like manure. It stinks when you pile it. It grows when you spread it. This example of the honeybee is very important for us to understand how it applies to our lives. We also work very hard. We also earn wealth, prosperity. We also feed our family. But what we need is much lesser than what we have many times. So it is said that the wealth, when it is not enjoyed or invested or given in charity, that wealth is taken away by somebody else. Merely accumulating wealth, there is always fear. Fear of income tax, fear of the government, fear of thieves, fear of one's own family. So we must do all the three. Use it, enjoy life, make others happy, invest it wisely, and also do charity, which can transform lives of people. All the three are inevitable. None of them are optional. We work hard to earn the money. We must invest it wisely, and charity also is a duty. For all that we have gained from the society, we give it back. Hence, Dan is not optional. Dan is an obligatory duty that we have. In the Gita, the Lord says, Yajna dana tapak karma pavanani manishinam. They purify the human being. Yajna, selfless work, Dan, charity, tapa, austerity, to come out of our comfort zones. These three purify our mind. When we see the lives of people transforming, when we see the smiles on their faces, that brings so much of joy to us. The joy of selflessness, the joy of sharing is incomparable. In fact, Shri Krishna even goes to say in the Gita that yajna dana tapa karma na tyajyam karyam evatat. One should never abandon these three. They are supposed to be done as our duties. So today is the last day of Dan Utsav. Not that we cannot do Dan after this, but as an Utsav, when we celebrate, today is the last day of this Dan Utsav. Do as much Dan as you can. And this month being Adhik Maas, Adhikasya Adhikam Phalam. Infinitely more punya is what one gains when one does Dan in this month. So do support us in our Maximize Happiness campaign, which is to serve the society and to bring happiness to maximum people. Together, let's maximize happiness.